For those of you who are new to the show, here at Personal Best, each episode we bring a guest and a bunch of questions with numerical answers that pertain to our personal lives. The guest and I will then take turns asking our prompts and giving our answers, and the one with the higher number wins that round. So let's get started and may the personal best win. And now, a person that needs no introduction, but I made him one anyway. It's Streamer of the Year, Community Leader of the Year, and victim of many Tetris memes. It's Caboozled.
Hello. Yeah. Thanks for introducing me so highly, but yeah, hello. It's me. It's Caboozled Pie.
Caboozled Pie. I was thinking about if I add the pie or not.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Have you listened to any episodes of this?
I think I saw part of Modest's Personal Best.
I see. Yeah, he was my first guest. A good man. Good boy.
I agree with that. I can certainly agree.
He had some high praises for you in that episode too. I think he called you the cutest man alive.
What?
That's a lie. He didn't say anything of that. So let's just jump in. You have 5 questions prepared for me?
I did have 5 questions written down. Yes.
Oh, perfect. I usually start with my questions unless you feel like an urge to like jump into it with one of yours.
I mean, you can just start with yours first, and then that way I'll like know a little bit more about the format.
Okay. Let's see. Let's start with something that's like Tetris related, since that's what most people know you for.
All right.
How many Tetris things have you named?
Oh, okay. How many Tetris things am I responsible for naming?
Yes.
That's a good question. I think I did kind of like put my name on that one MKO continuation with the perfect clear and the 2 floatings. So I think that would be one. And Imperial Cross out of PCO into second PC. I think I pretty much like invented that one too. So I guess 2 things.
What did you name it?
That's the thing. Like I just called it Imp Cross PC. And that name kind of stuck because I was one of the only people that was actively using it until recently. I think more people have learned it as of like last 1 or 2 months. But yeah, that's kind of what I stuck with there. Just simple, objective name, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, just I don't know. I've seen on Yakin's server, there's like, what would you name this weird thing? And I was just like, what do you mean? Just call it a Z-spin Imperial. Like it's just describe what it is, right?
I mean, admittedly, it is very entertaining, like especially like if you scroll through the hard drop wiki and you just look at all the funny names people give things. But unfortunately, my creative brain is not large enough, so stick with the boring stuff.
All used on analytical ability. But I think you're selling yourself a bit short. There are other things that I feel like you're responsible for naming too. I mean, you had to come up with like names of tournaments too, right?
That's true. That's true. Oh, that does count? Okay, well, I mean, I did come up with the name Underdogs Cup. I did come up with that.
And also Pie Breaker. Was that your invention, or did chat come up with that one?
That's more of like a chat creation, and somewhere along the line, people realized I was losing so many tiebreakers, so it just kind of stuck.
I see. I do love that, like, even in like, I feel like I've seen it in random things where like it's not even like a Tetrio first to 7. It's the last set, and it was like, oh gosh, it's Pie Breaker. And it's like, what?
Oh man,
it catches on so easily. I mean, it's such a genius name.
It really is. It rhymes. It objectively represents what is happening, which is just my soul being disintegrated. Like it all
Pie Breaker. Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize, because you're breaking pie. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm being broken.
Yeah, so you think there's only 3 things, or would you not even count Pie Breaker or UC?
Pie Breaker doesn't even really count. I mean, I guess UC counts because I did actually come up with that, but I don't think Pie Breaker counts because that's like not something I actually came up with.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I have to answer the question too, which is how many things have I named? And I guess it's only one. It's because I made my own opener, and I will keep advertising it to everyone I know.
You gotta send me a Fumin or like a Fortress of this, because I would love to see it.
Oh yeah, It's called the Pigeon. I asked Blink for a hard drop permission. He ignored me,
Oh, right. That's that.
which I think says enough about it.
Well, I mean, there are some really, really dumb openers on Hard Drop Blink. I
There
don't think the
are.
practicality of the opener is hardly the reason.
Yes. I mean, I don't think Blink has seen what my opener entails. It's not a good opener, but I use it, so that says enough about it. I'm stuck using my awful opener just because I'm too lazy to learn the new cool ones,
Yeah.
like MS Honeypot. Is that the name of the other one?
I think they called it Honey Cannon.
Honey Cannon. Yes.
Yeah, it's the one Kazu. It was one of the two openers Kazu was using against Amamiya in that Kemono Michi match recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did watch your commentary on that, so you did a good job.
Oh, thanks. So I could deliver. So do I deliver my own question now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This is kind of personal question.
Mm.
How many hours do you have on your most played game console?
Oh, game console.
Yes.
It'll be this computer if that counts. If my PC counts.
Hmm.
But if you don't want to count PC,
I don't count PC for this one, I think.
ooh, it'll be my Wii from when I was in like third grade.
Good choice. Good choice.
Oh gosh, how would I ever know how many hours I put on that? I guess I just have to estimate. What games did we even play? We played Brawl. We played Brawl a lot.
Subspace Emissary.
Yeah, Subspace Emissary, great adventure mode. I wish they continued it for like the other Smash games, but it's such a good casual mode.
I agree. I played a lot of that one with Zynex when we were younger.
Mm. Yeah, made for everyone. Was it rated E for everyone? Smash?
Brawl. I actually distinctly remember this. Brawl was rated T, which was just comedic because there's nothing in there that would like realistically like justify a teen rating. And then all these subsequent games were E10. But I still don't know why Brawl was T. I'll never understand that. Like there's nothing in there that is in any way graphic or adult content at all. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's because they realized Meta Knight was too OP, and then they were like, this will just frustrate all of the kids too much, all of the competitive leaning 8-year-olds.
Hilariously though, what I found from personal experience was that oftentimes it was the youngest kids that figured out that Meta Knight was broken the fastest. Like they'd
That's
show up
true.
at your house and within 10 minutes of playing the game they'd just be spamming down smashes Meta Knight for the entire game.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's just so broken, and it's just like, how do you deal with this thing? But yeah, we played a lot of Brawl. We played. It's not Roblox, but it's the only word that keeps popping in my head right now. It's like a game where there's like towers and you throw bombs at it to try to knock it down. I also played a lot of Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, of course.
Fair enough, fair enough.
We played a lot of basketball just because one of my little brother's friends would always come by, and he was like, JV basketball, and we'd always play that game. And then he'd always lose to my older brother who played zero basketball in real life. And he'd always be very sad about it. Just like, why can I not beat this random person?
I was always a table tennis player on a Wii Sports Resort. I highly enjoyed table tennis. Just played that against friends and family.
Yeah, that's a great game. It's because tennis was probably the best game in the original Wii Sports, and then ping pong is the table tennis is the continuation of that one.
Though to be fair, in the original Wii Sports there was boxing, which was
Boxing was
fantastic.
great.
And actual exercise for that matter.
Yeah. Do you think it was actually the game that was good, or just the enjoyment of beating up someone?
I mean, the game itself was actually really buggy if you consider that you're trying to like get punches with rudimentary motion controls. But I think just the way all the whole experience kind of came together, like even the sound effect when you landed a punch, everything was just so perfect that you really did feel like you were like just like beating the crap out of your little brother or something. Like it really kind of sunk in the whole experience.
So the latter, it was the fact that you're beating up someone.
Yeah, but like the game did a really good job of making it
That's true.
super satisfying to beat up someone. I think
That's true. That's
the point to be made.
And was Wii Sports E for everyone?
I think it was. I believe it was.
Which is insane because that's definitely much more violent than Brawl.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, so we played Wii Sports Resort. I can't remember any other games that we would play. But I imagine it would be around 200 hours, maybe a little more, 250.
I see.
How about you?
A lot of my early childhood gaming hours are like really diversified. So I've got like probably at least 600 hours on my Switch of like, yeah. But I also have like easily probably more hours on the Wii when I was younger. I spent some time on the Wii U, but that was just Smash, so it's definitely not enough to like.
Yeah, Wii U was a sad console, but
it's unfortunate. I think it's like the only game that I actually played on that console was the original Super Mario Brothers because it only cost $1, and obviously Smash. Like Smash actually carried that console really hard. I feel like.
Yeah, I remember playing it when I was like a freshman in college or something. Just like we just had a Wii U set up in like the common room, and we would just like smash it out. So what games would you play on the Wii? Just Smash?
On the Wii, Smash, Wii Sports Resort. Oh, I will talk about this. Wii Fit.
Oh, you had Wii Fit. Did you have like the board and everything?
Yeah, we had the balance board. Man, Wii Fit was one of the best games on the Wii. I maintain like even just for fun, playing Balance Bubble was an absolute blast. I'm just like letting you all know now. Like for anybody who's watching this, if you happen to own that game and just never bothered to play it much, you have to try it. You have to try some combination of like Balance Bubble, hula hoop, ski jump. A lot of those games are just absolutely fantastic. That game was a total banger. I loved that game.
How many hours would you estimate you have in Balance Bubble alone?
I don't know, but I've got to say like probably at least like 50 to 60.
That's
maybe.
A lot of time to just be using the board.
I mean, the thing is, we actually legitimately like used it for exercise purposes and stuff, and my whole family kind of played it, so it all worked out.
I mean, you were the intended audience for the Wii, right? A family using the Wii to get more fit.
Yeah, I suppose so. I think the way the Wii was marketed was like really smart though, because like they knew they weren't gonna like compete on specs with any of the big ones at the time, but they just knew what their audience was and they really profited. So
yeah, it was smart. Tapping into the casual market is always the way. Like if you want profit, that's how you get it, right?
Yep.
That's how like Fortnite became so popular, is because they tapped into the casual market. Same thing with Among Us, right?
Yeah.
The thing is that like it's so, I wish I could still play games on the Wii, but like mine just like broke.
Same actually. Yeah.
It's so sad, and it's really hard to get like old console stuff to play too. To like to get like no, you would not consider Wii retro, but like older consoles that are like obsolete. It's hard to get like games for stuff like that.
I had forgotten to mention that that The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess both came out on that console.
Yeah, they did. Did you play them?
I didn't play too much Twilight Princess, but I did play Skyward Sword. Admittedly, that was kind of like more my sibling than myself, but I still played a decent amount of it. And I will say, out of like all the Zelda games out there, I'd say if we're talking about just the music, I'd put Skyward Sword pretty high up there, and just that's my personal opinion being put out there.
Yeah, that's definitely controversial, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
We'll let it slide.
Let it slide. What consoles have you had other than like have they almost always been like Nintendo?
No, we had a PS3 as well, which we did a decent amount of gaming on. if you take like a broad look at my family, a good amount of us, by a good amount of us, I mean out of us four, three of us play games. So my dad, he did a lot of gaming because he played a lot of StarCraft and Street Fighter. I think back when he was in college. So yeah, that kind of trickled down into us. So we had a PS3. We later had a PS4. Yeah, definitely a lot of gaming on a lot of different consoles.
I see. That's why you said it was very diverse. But
yeah,
that makes sense. Because my parents were very like against games, so it was like actually insane that they got us a Wii.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, but it's also it is like something that you decide to put time into games, and my parents just didn't think it was worth putting time into it. So
I see.
Which is fine, right? Maybe it's why I'm admittedly not like I don't play that many games today. So maybe I'll ask another question then.
All right.
Just before. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna ask it. When you look around your room, how many S+ ranks and under do you see?
What? My room? I can't say I fully understand the question.
Okay. Good thing that we're skipping it then. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do this one. How many Discord servers are you in?
Oh boy. Quite a lot.
Oh, is this gonna be a counting episode?
I can do a countdown, but
okay. We'll count real fast.
77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83. Okay. Yeah, 83.
83. I need to stop asking questions that I know I have lower numbers than you in. I have 35.
I mean, that's not exactly a small amount, but when you're if you were in my position, entering like a lot of different like Tetris events and stuff, then you could probably see how my server account would grow to be that large.
Oh yeah, because usually whenever you like enter like a tournament or a league, they make you like join their Discord, and I do not join tournaments or leagues. How many are you active in?
How many of these servers am I active in? That's a really good question to ask. Obviously, like my personal, the servers I own, so like my personal stream server and Underdogs Cup, I'm active in both of those. I'd say I'm like semi-active in the Tetrio Discord, and I'm also active in tournament Discords. So I am active in one more, which is the Modern Tetris Tournament Organizing Discord. Which is now open to the public, I believe.
Oh, so I could join, even though I don't organize tournaments.
Yeah. I'm active in that server. Both of the servers I own, and then kind of in Tetrio Discord, and I think on and off for tournaments and stuff. So I'll be active in a server if there's actually an event there, right? Right now, for me, since I'm part of the Bankai Tetris League, which is a PBP2 league. For PC, I'm active in that. I'm active in Puyotet World, which I believe is owned by Moose.
It was Fox, and then
it was Fox. I'm also active in the Enhanced Discord because Square One is happening within like not too long. So I've been like on the grind, making sure I'm ready for that.
Yeah, TC is a different game. You definitely have to like get used to the game.
I mean, I've basically spent the entire last week just like getting my speed up on that platform so I can compete.
Yeah, the speed is the getting used to tuning limit, and also whenever I watch Santi play, Santi always talks about like macro, how important macro is in TEC.
It definitely is because of the way it's kind of structured. Like if you know anything about the phase system, if you're going to zone, you want to do it when you have the most time available to yourself to actually do your zone. So you'd want to do it right before phase 3 starts. So you kind of have to strategize around making sure you have the upper hand when you start that. And then there's also the whole dynamic with doing zone first or second. And if you do it first, you get speed advantage and like zone meter advantage. But if you do it second, you can tank before you send, which can give you an advantage as well. It's kind of an interesting system, but definitely a lot of kind of multiplayer specific dynamics in TEC, to be sure.
Yeah, it does feel a bit more interactive in that way. Well, as in like where in like other games you can kind of, if you're good enough, you can just play it like it's ultra.
Sort of. I will say though, at least as like a Tetrio main myself, in recent times I've noticed that even like the best APM heavy players and the people who can like really burst out a ton of damage have started to kind of play more interactive. Like I think just CZ being so dominant on Tetrio has kind of shown a lot of the other top players that you actually do have to implement some kind of like timing, tanking, canceling sort of stuff into your gameplay, or you're just going to get run over.
Makes sense. I mean, if you wanted to play single player, you can play single player, but multiplayer is there because you're playing against like a living, breathing human.
Yeah.
But that's square one, right?
Yeah, square one. Highly anticipating that event for sure.
And that's all the servers that you're active in?
I think so. I mean, if I receive a ping in really any server, sometimes I'll say hi. But for the most part, those are the servers that I'm active in.
That makes sense. I should have asked what the ratio of servers you're active in to servers you're in. I would have had a much bigger fraction than you.
Yeah. I'd say mine's like maybe like 1 in 15 I'm active in.
I'm active in like 7, so I'm probably like active in like 1 in 5.
Well, that's certainly a lot better than 1 in 15. So
yeah. The Butthole server, Zach server. Actually, that's not fair. No one posts in Zach server. Yeah, but do you like? How do you have it organized? Do you just have it all in a list, or do you like put the ones that like you don't talk in into like folders?
I had a very peculiar way of organizing them, which is where I had my own personal servers in like a folder, and I had a folder for all the different like the official game servers, like Jester's server, Tetrio server, like game specific servers, and then I had like stream servers in its own folder. Recently though, it's all kind of like gone out of whack, so the last like 10 or so servers I've joined, I just have not bothered to organize it all, so I don't know.
They're just sitting at the top.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Mine, I tried organizing mine, and then after a while, you're just like, whatever, this goes on top. Whatever this random server is, this literally has no one in it, and it's just like at the top of my servers. Yeah, I'll list the ones that I'm active into. Actually, that's like none of them. Maybe my 7 out of 35 was way too high of an estimate.
I see.
I just wanted to have something bigger than you. But let me see. I'm active in the grad student Discord. I read all those. I'll type sometimes. I'm active in Butthole, Yakeen. That's 3. And actually, that's it. That's all. 3.
Oh, okay. I see.
I mean, I'll look at the Nuctress Discord. Not often. The Cold Clear Discord, I'll read through like all the programming stuff because I'm trying to get into C++.
Oh, nice.
It's hard. Programming's hard.
Yeah, programming is hard. I from the little of it that I have done, it is not easy.
What have you learned?
I actually did a decent amount of programming as a kid. So I learned to program some in JavaScript, some Python, some HTML, some CSS. I did take a high school class for computer science in Java recently, but I don't think I learned very much in that class. So I don't think I can fairly say I actually could code in Java, but I made a couple games on Khan Academy back in the day. Yeah, I think I won like 2 competitions on there, so that was pretty fun. There's not too many people out there who know about the fact that was a part of my life, but that's a little short story for me, I guess.
Khan Academy winner, I see. You've been taking that tournament since you were very young.
This is actually a very abstract question, sort of. But okay. What is your favorite number, and what is the reason for it?
Oh, well, have I explained the format of the show, by the way?
You did explain that you do win if you get more higher value answers.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that means the bigger number I choose, the higher the chance I have of winning this question.
Yeah, this is where we whip out the different orders of infinity.
But it's so hard to choose your favorite number, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like picking your favorite color. It's which I do have one. It's blue. So
Same.
So I guess my number should be just as easy to pick. Did I just say blue? I meant pink. Those are wildly different colors.
Oh.
I think my favorite number is probably 4.
Good choice. You know, that would be my instinctual choice also, because if you're a Tetris player for long enough, everything becomes in groups of 4 to you.
Oh my gosh, I never even realized that might be why.
You know, you count to 4.
Uh-huh.
When you if you build a box, it's at least one of those dimensions is 4 usually.
There's 4 sides, yes.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, I never even you're actually giving me like a crazy existential crisis right now. Is this why? Is this why 4 is my favorite number?
And it's all connected, man.
Oh my god.
It seeps into your brain.
We're all connected.
We really are connected.
I was thinking about picking some like irrational number, but I don't think I like pi or e or anything better than 4. It's so simple. It's also like the unlucky number in Chinese.
But... Right. I think it's also the unlucky number in Japanese too, right?
That would make sense. I don't know enough Japanese to say for sure, but I know the Japanese symbol for death is the same in kanji as the Mandarin character for death in Chinese. So if they have the same pronunciation, that wouldn't really surprise me.
I think they do have the same pronunciation, so both cultures kind of avoid the number 4.
Yeah.
You know, walking into a hotel and then realizing there's no option for floor 4 on the elevator.
You know, that's a thing, but have you ever seen a hotel that doesn't have a floor 13?
Maybe I don't remember that having been the case.
Because I remember every time I walk into a big building, the first thing I was like, is there a floor 13? And there usually is.
I see.
Because everyone knows that if you skip labeling the 13th floor, then the 14th floor is just the 13th floor.
Right.
So who are you trying to fool? The devil? Do you think he's not gonna be able to count? He's like, well, this floor is labeled 14, even though it's 13 floors up.
I mean, here's the thing, right? It's possible that who you're dooming to the bad luck of the 4th floor is actually people who are in the 4th floor, but it's just a maintenance room for employees or something.
I see.
So that way your customers are luckier, but the poor employees that you paid, you're paying wage to, have to suffer from the curse of that number, you know?
Have I ever seen a better metaphor for capitalism? I don't think I have. Yeah, so 4. Is it 4 for you as well?
I feel like I'd be lying if I said anything else.
Maybe it is because of Tetris. And then you just get so used to counting to 4 or looking at pieces that have 4. It's so weird how hard Pentamino is.
It's really hard. The people out there who are good at Pento, I don't get it, man. I don't understand.
The thing is, do you think Pentamino, Pentris, is actually inherently more difficult than Tetris?
Yes, it is inherently more difficult because it has a bunch more possible pieces.
That's true. There's more patterns to learn.
But with that said, I don't think it's actually that much harder.
Yeah, it's because we have thousands of hours in normal Tetris, and then we have 2 hours in Pentris.
Let me put it this way: if Pentris was the norm, right? Which, in a theoretical society, it could be. I mean, at least our hands count to 5, so maybe.
A theoretical society, right? Yes.
If it were to be a society in which Pentris is the norm, I could see there being really high level Pentris gameplay. I believe it, you know?
I remember seeing some Pentris spins, and I'm just so confused as how they work.
I don't know how they work either. Kick tables and all that stuff. A Tetris kick table would break my brain.
Yeah, looking at Tetris kick tables is already like weird. Like, so if there's a piece here, then it moves here. But having a Tetris, there's so many pieces and so many like different configurations that you'd have to like keep track of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's 4. That's a tie for us then.
That is indeed a tie.
How many AP or IB exams have you taken?
Oh boy, I'm only a junior in high school, so I've kind of got the short end of the stick for this one.
Let's do how many AP.
No, I can answer
okay,
it.
Sure.
Let me think. Okay, well, freshman year I took the calculus AB exam. Sophomore year I took the BC exam, the psychology exam, and I took comp sci AP as well last year. And then this year I'm taking 3 more, but I have not taken them yet.
I see. 3 more. What are they?
3 APs I'm taking this year are statistics, English language and composition, and environmental science. Because I actually like kind of avoided having to take a lot of the AP classes by like taking them at the junior college.
Oh, I see.
Kind of near where I live. All the histories, I just took them at the college, so I didn't have to bother doing them in school.
Dual enrollment, is that what that's called?
Yeah, I've done a lot of dual enrollment.
I see.
Especially for math classes and stuff.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's probably better than APs and IBs. Let me see. I've definitely taken more than you since I'm graduated already.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
I took AB, BC, Psych, and Stat, English Comp. So those, what is that, 5? But I also took some others. I think we'll just count APs and not count IBs since I imagine your school doesn't have an IB program.
We don't.
Yeah, that would be cheap on my part. I took Chem as well. I took like 4 physics exams because there's like 4 ones that they offer. And then, the history ones. Since you haven't taken history ones, you dual enrolled them, right?
Yeah.
What history classes did you dual enroll?
I did a modern U.S. history.
Modern U.S. history.
And I did a world history course, but I forgot the time period for that one.
I see. What math classes are you taking then, if you've already taken BC?
I'm taking statistics this year, but I took a dual enrollment semester of multivariable calculus last semester.
Yeah, we call that Calc 3 at my school.
I've kind of always been a math head.
I see. The math guy. I'm the math guy around the people who aren't math people.
I mean, yeah, I'd assume that once you're in college, you start to realize that maybe you're not, like the peers that you have change, I suppose.
Or if you surround yourself with other people who are aiming for math PhDs, you suddenly realize there are other people who are much better at math than you.
Yeah, it all starts to add up.
Yeah, one of my office mates is like a PhD student from Russia. And like we talk about like math problems every once in a while because we're like in some of the same classes, and it's like so obvious how much like better at math he is than me.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of a matter of perspective, kind of when you reach that point. Luckily for me, I have not reached that point, so I don't have to worry about that yet. But yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that sort of my position relative to other people will presumably change when I enter college.
We'll see. I think people tend to underestimate themselves and overestimate themselves in like weird ways. It's like, I think I'm really bad at this and I'm really good at this, and it turns out like, no, both of those assumptions were probably incorrect.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I think I'm gonna take that. I have like, I guess I'll finish counting just so I can put a number and edit it in. Just me saying I have 14.
Definitely a trend I noticed sort of though is that at least within the Tetris community, it's a lot less rare to find like really academically inclined people.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned this on stream before too, like during your testing season, that it seems like a bunch of Tetris people are like huge nerds.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less. I'd say that's quite accurate.
And I mean, it is a puzzle game, so. And I also think it's like the type of people that like get involved into competitive things will also be competitive in other aspects of their life.
Fair enough.
So yeah, ultimately it's a lot of like environmental things. I think there are a lot of reasons for why people choose Tetris. And I think one of them is that like it's like very child friendly and like easy to access.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of one of the more accessible games, which would explain why 90% of the top players play on beat up HP laptop keyboards.
But yeah, I think maybe it's also because it's like kind of puzzly, so it's kind of mathy.
Sort of. Though I will say, I don't think, like, from what I realized with Tetris, it's definitely enough of a grind where you don't actually need to be intelligent to be good at Tetris. You kind of just, you have to just begin to see things from practice.
Pattern recognition.
Yep.
But something I challenge you on is that I think a lot of high school math and high school science is very similar, as in like there's very little creativity or like actual in-depth analysis required.
You know, I consider that a highly unfortunate reality of a good amount of our education, but yeah, I think you're kind of right about that, actually.
Yeah, because I taught Calc 1 and Calc 2. I'm teaching Calc 2 right now. What you realize is that a lot of it is just you're giving people tools and then you're giving them problems, right? And they just have to recognize when to apply the tools to which problems, right? Which is very similar to like what Tetris is, right? It's just recognizing like pieces and shapes and just like putting them together. So pattern recognition, I don't think it correlates with intelligence very well, but I think it does correlate pretty well to academic success.
Yeah, also just like being able to grind, you know.
Yeah.
I know like genetics, like the word genetics is thrown around a lot, but when it really comes down to it, even the most like quote unquote genetics of players probably have more hours than the average person. Yeah, just looking at my Tetria profile now, I have, oh lord, 4,819 Tetra League matches.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. But yeah, like you kind of have to put in the hours to get the results, and that's kind of sort of analogous to a lot of academic things as well, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's for history classes, like time investment equals reward. Right?
Yeah.
Because you literally just sit there and read the thing until you've read the thing, and then you can take the test. Yeah. Oh, I get a victory. This is my first victory today.
That is, in fact, a victory.
My first victory in a while.
All right. How many games do you actively play?
Oh, frick. I'm going to have to stretch this, I think. We're gonna pretend that I play more games than I do, I think, is how this works.
All right.
Are we counting multiple Tetris games as different Tetris games?
I mean, if we do...
Oh yeah, I think that helps you more than it helps me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I only play PBT 1 and 2. Let's see. So Tetris is one of them. Oh, I play Slay Spire.
Oh, nice.
The fact that I'm pausing after 2 is not a good sign.
Oh no.
Oh no. I think I have to stop at 2. I'll interject in your spiel if I think of more.
Okay. Well, for me, I obviously play a bunch of different Tetris games. So I play PBP2, I play DEC, I play Tetria, I play Gestris, you know, all those different ones. And then I play some Osu. I don't play like a ton of it, but I don't know. It's kind of a really good way to kill time, right?
I see.
I think if you're like high functioning brain, you should just do productive things. If your brain's at like maybe 30% capacity, Tetris is a decent place to go. But if you've hit like rock bottom, I think even Tetris is past like the realm of possibility, and that's when you open up Osu because you're no longer able to think.
Click buttons, click those circles.
Absolutely right. I also play some Dota 2. Am I good at it? No.
I see.
But I do play some. I played a lot of Geometry Dash until pretty recently, but I don't play it that much right now, so I don't think I can.
Do you play it on mobile? What platform do you play it on?
Oh, I don't know if I'm not sure how much you know of my YouTube background, but I played a lot of Geometry Dash, firstly on mobile, but then on computer for a long time, over a lot of years. So I think you could argue that at one point I was like one of the top 1,000 Geometry Dash players.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did beat an Extreme Demon, which I posted to my YouTube like a couple of years ago.
I remember you tried to stream Geometry Dash for a little bit. So
I did try to stream it for a little bit.
So I tuned in for one of those, I think.
I see, yeah. I've said it before that like if the game ever gets updated again, I would probably take the liberty to do one more stream.
Yeah, up to the developers. This is a shout out to the developers. Please update the game so we get one more Caboozled.
I mean, they haven't released a new update in like 5 years, so I'm not gonna get my hopes up.
Hey, but you never know. They might be huge fans of this very small podcast.
Yeah, perhaps.
Is that it, or do we have more?
I mean, there are like some games I kind of play. Like I've played some like Bloons Tower Defense recently, like especially because Battles 2 released quite recently. I don't know how much that counts. It's like I play it on and off sort of sometimes. That's a very casual thing for me.
I guess we'd have to define active. Like, what does it mean to actively play a game?
You see, I didn't think about it this far. I'd say for something to be active, it would imply that you like you play it on a somewhat regular basis.
My answer is 1 then. I have so many games, but I just have so many like projects that I feel like I should be doing other things.
I mean, that's kind of a good thing though, right? It means you're being productive.
Yeah, I mean, does it? Or does it mean that I've chosen to ignore these specific non-productive things?
Okay, that's also fair. I mean, I can't. It's not like I have a camera installed in your room, so I don't know exactly, what your day-to-day life is like.
That was a very suspicious claim. I will be combing through my room later.
The camera is too small. You'll never find it.
Oh gosh.
I had forgotten to mention that I play Smash kind of somewhat often.
Oh, are you good?
Not bad, I guess, but I wouldn't consider myself good per se. But I can play like 1v1s and do fine.
Are you in like Global Elite? Elite Smash.
I don't really play any online. I've only really played in person.
I mean, I can see why you wouldn't want to play online. I've seen it. It's awful.
Yeah, Nintendo Switch Online. I don't want to get into a big rant or anything, but man, it's not what it should be.
It's pretty subpar. Yeah, we can leave it at that. Yeah, have you been to like tourneys or like locals or anything?
No, I know my school hosts like small tournaments for it because like there's somebody who runs like some small Smash events at my school, but I'm always like too busy doing like school stuff that I can't really be part of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because like at least for me, school is kind of like a 9 to 5 almost, where pretty much for that block of time I'm focusing only schoolwork. Like even breaks and lunch are basically just more outlets of time for me to finish homework and stuff.
I see.
It's kind of how it is for me. That's probably one of the only reasons why I'm actually have the time to stream.
Is that you don't do homework at home?
Yeah, pretty much.
I see. Yeah, I did not have the same experience. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I only play one game regularly.
I see.
I downloaded the Phoenix Wright game, the what's it called? The Great Ace Attorney games, but I haven't had time to like start playing them. Unfortunate. Zach baited me. Zach was like, "Look, these are on sale," and I was like, "I guess I gotta buy it." And then I'm just not touched it.
Oh yes, the plight of the consumer.
While it's on sale, I have to buy it.
The price seems low. Yeah, it's got to be worth it.
It's got to be worth it. And I'm just looking at it, just like, I'd really like to play this game, but like, when will I have time? Yeah, I think that's it. I think you take this one just by having more than one game. How many after-school activities did you partake in high school? Why did I write it like this?
Probably because it was assumed that most people you'd ask are not actively in high school.
That's true.
But yeah, how many after-school activities do I partake in? I played tennis. I run the coding club at my school.
Oh.
So that's 2 things. I'm part of the academic decathlon team, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's 3. I feel like that's it, but yeah, that should be it.
Academic decathlon, is that the one where is it just like every subject they like is a quiz from every subject?
Yeah, there's 7 like packet subjects where you have to study packets. And then
Mm-hmm.
there's 3 which are essay, interview, and speech, which like you
Oh.
just have to be good at. To be honest, I don't really like the competition that much because like putting
Mm.
so much emphasis on just cramming packets is like I consider it pretty pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of shallow if the entire competition circulates around just like everybody reads the same packets and just tries to memorize as
Yeah.
much as they can. But I am part of the team anyway, so that's
Mm.
kind of how it is for me.
Yeah. Competitions like these don't really work when it's like where basically it can be done by a control F computer.
No, really, like if I just pull up the Wikipedia page, you can usually figure out all these questions with like a quick 20-second Google search.
Mm. Well, let me do mine real quick, and then we can talk about your things. I did cross country for my last year.
Nice.
I did math club. I did history bowl. Uh, I want at least one more thing, so I win because I definitely did more things. Oh frick! I think I'm capped at 3 too.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord, what am
Like
I doing?
there's a lot of things I do, but like the ones that actually pertain to my school is not many.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean there are like other things that filled up my time in high school too, but were they after school activities? No. Um,
I mean, unless I can qualify streaming as an activity I do after school, then no.
if it's school sanctioned streaming, then yeah. Let me. Oh, gosh, I mean, I was in a lot of clubs, but like none that like I went to regularly, other than those 3. Yeah, history. Yeah, I guess it's 3. I can't think of anything more than that. Another tie, I guess. But you did tennis. And how long have you played tennis for?
um, I think the first time I played tennis, I was like really, really young, so like 5 maybe. But I
Mm-hmm.
didn't like continuously play tennis from then until now.
Mm.
Sort of, I kind of picked it back up in like 7th grade or so, and then I
I see.
played that through until high school. Yeah.
It's probably why you're so good at table tennis in Wii Sports Resort.
No, it would be the other way around
Oh,
actually.
you're right.
All right.
That's why. I'm sure you've learned many things from table tennis that you've applied to your actual game.
I will attribute all of my life successes to being a good Wii Sports Resort table tennis player.
Hmm. Makes sense. You've learned it gives so much. Wii Sports Resort gives so much.
It truly does.
Wow, we're sporty boys too. Not really.
I don't. I would not. I would not qualify myself as that.
Yeah, I only did cross country for 1 year. I wish I started earlier, but I didn't. I mean, it's literally just torture.
I've never really liked running, and so when I
Hmm.
just look at the people doing cross country after school, I feel nothing but pity. It's
Hmm.
like, oh man, I could never do that. Well, we've we've had yet another tie here, haven't we?
Yeah, we have another tie here. The score right now is 5-2. I will have to sweep you for the rest of the questions.
Okay. I have 2 more questions to ask. The one issue being that of these 2 questions, one of them I don't think is a very good question, and the other one was kind of already asked.
Oh. Mm.
Um, I okay, I'll ask it anyway, but I'll have to define my terms here.
Okay.
How many online communities are you a part of?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, let's define your terms then.
God, that's kind of it's hard to qualify that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think.
Would you have said Discord servers?
I don't think I would have no,
Okay.
but how do you describe something like that? Would
Mm.
it have to have like a size minimum?
A size minimum. Would you have to have like a density of participants?
Okay, I think it should be of moderate size,
Mm-hmm.
and there shouldn't be an extremely large amount of overlap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say are you in or active in?
Are you a part of?
Are you a part of? I see. Um, I think okay. So there's Tetris clearly.
Mhm.
There's like a separate Twitch like streamer circle that I pop into, so I'd put that one. So that's 2, and then probably the Clint Stevens community I'd consider myself a part of. So I'd put myself at 3 there.
I see. I would. Okay, I'm obviously part of the Tetris community. Obviously,
You're the leader. Yeah.
I would say the leader.
Of this year at least.
knows?
Next year it'll be someone else. It'll be me, perhaps.
Well,
No. Okay.
Am I active enough to qualify myself as a member of the Osu community? Like, I don't really think I am, but I do interact with a lot of like higher level players in that game.
I see. I guess it's what do you consider a part of the community is the question.
Okay, because I don't know how many people know of this, but the number 1 ranked Osu player, Emrek, I sent him a Tetrio VOD review at one point, so we do have a little overlap in that regard, I suppose.
I see.
I don't know whether that qualifies me to be a member of that community, though. I'm not sure if that, you know. And then outside of that, definitely like a Geometry Dash person. Like even though I don't play it actively anymore, I still hang around a lot. So.
So you'd say 3?
2.5.
2.5. Thank you so much. I will take it. You know, I'm not even going to question you or ask if. Do you think there is anything else that you would also be like you'd say like you're hedging your bets on?
Not really.
Yeah, it's weird to say that like I'm part of the Clint Stevens community because it's a very. Do you know who Clint Stevens is?
It's a familiar name to me, but I don't think I actually know.
He's a big streamer. I think that's he's a Mario 64. Used to play Ocarina of Time. But yeah, he's like a 10K viewer average streamer.
Yeah.
So I would tune in a lot when he streamed but it's weird to say like what does it mean to be part of the XQC community? Like if I was to say I was in that I watch his streams, I was like, yeah, a lot of
I guess like if you interacted in his chat like on a very, very regular basis, I think that would make you a member of that community.
I think the thing that makes me like definitely a part of it is that like I've like put out fan content.
Oh, okay, so, yeah, that's certified. And also like if you're on the fan Reddit all the time, then I think you know that qualifies you to be a member.
Yeah, I guess that one fan thing I made would qualify me. So, yeah.
All right.
So those 3. Oh, I miss him so much. He hasn't streamed in 3 months.
Oh no.
Yeah, have you seen like all the stuff about like streamers getting banned and stuff for like DMCA stuff for copyright things?
I have heard of that. Yeah. Does it concern me? Definitely, sort of. I'm lucky that I stream a game Tetrio, right, where the music is obviously not copyrighted.
Yeah.
Because like it's made very clear that it's like free for use. But definitely like I had a bit of an issue with song requests when I had that open. Where like really, really large portions of my VODs would just be muted, so it wasn't even worth it anymore, right? Because can you imagine if you pull up a VOD and like 50% of what anybody is saying is just gone, right?
Yeah.
So that I kind of like that's the reason why song requests really died.
Makes sense.
And then yeah, pretty much I've locked myself to either Tetria music or stream beats only because anything else really is just not worth the risk.
Yeah, you're asking for it. Yeah, a lot of streamers have been getting banned because of that, and the thing is like I think Clint Stevens just thinks he's banned. He just forgot that he's totally fine.
What? Wait, how would this happen?
He actually just takes very long breaks, so it's
okay.
Yeah, so his viewers are often sad. But yeah, I'd say I'm definitely a part of that just because I basically made a song using clips from his VODs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Have you read the article about how Tetris like is like playing Tetris keeps you healthy?
Oh god, that article. Yes, I have read it. The one with Beast and Shen, right?
Okay. Yeah. I love Shen, right? Yeah.
We all love Shen.
How many misdrops does it take before you feel like a more refreshed and revitalized person?
um, if anything, I feel like with every misdrop, you just go further down the hole. But what do you mean by that? I suppose.
Like after like 10 misdrops, I just feel like a better person. Like my days, like the sun sparkles a little brighter after like you misdrop 3 times in a row.
Okay. The thing with like especially fast Tetris players is that we misdrop all the time.
That's true.
It's just that often the fixes are fast enough where it isn't a huge deal unless you get really unfortunate.
Yeah, skim's just like non-problematic.
Yeah, and then there's like, and then the slow Tetris games where if you misdrop, like you need to have a clean solution out of it or you just die, right? Yeah, I'd say at least for Tetrio, like it easily takes me like dozens of misdrops, if not more, before I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna walk outside.
I see. Okay, let me ask a real question.
Okay.
I had a question about you being a cab driver. That's we're not gonna ask that.
All right.
Here. How many IRL people do you follow on Twitch? Like people that you met in real life before?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. How many people do I know IRL that I have followed on Twitch? Let me open up my my follow channels list because I have no idea. I follow a lot of people, so I'm gonna have to go down the list.
Scroll a lot, yeah.
Okay. Oh my god, I did not realize there were this many people.
Oh, I do follow my brother. Oh, I'm a genius.
Do I follow Zynex? This is a really important question. Hold on. Okay, but she doesn't stream, so that doesn't count.
Oh, it does count.
Oh, it does? Oh, crap.
Oh, this is number 4.
Okay, well, because I do follow Zynex. Do I follow my dad? Let me please tell me I do. Hold on.
This is just like us. It's like, am I a good friend? Am I a good friend?
I don't. Oh, this is so sad.
Oh no.
Okay.
Bad son.
Okay, well, I follow my old Twitch channel and I know myself IRL. So
oh my gosh, we're counting tricks. This is me trying to get my tie.
I follow 2 people from my school.
Is yourself included in that?
No.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So that's 2, and then plus my sister's 3. I'm not gonna count myself. That's not fair.
Okay.
That should be it.
So it's 3?
Should be just 3, yeah.
Oh, good. Actually, I have 5, I think. I follow a friend from college. He plays MapleStory.
Oh, nice.
I follow my older brother, who doesn't stream. I follow... Oh, gosh, I have 6. I follow a musician who I know in real life. I follow a friend's younger brother. And then I follow my other friend's pastor, who streams art.
Your friend's pastor?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Very loose connection, but I met it in real life.
So. All right.
Yeah, he's, very strange. He's a wild pastor on Twitch. Like, you would not realize he's in, this field.
Very intriguing.
If you saw, like, his Twitch messages. But yeah, I think those are the people. So you just follow people from school, I imagine.
Yeah.
Do they know you stream? I mean, I guess your family does.
Like, in terms of people I know at school, some of them know I stream. Not like too many of them, but a few of them know, I think.
I see. Yeah, I imagine it's always weird to see like people IRL like in chat.
Oh boy, yeah, it's like oh lord, am I being judged right now? Are they gonna bring this up next time I interact with them? Oh please, no.
Yeah, but sometimes like I think if you see them regularly enough on Twitch, it just becomes like a separate part of a relationship that you. Yeah. So those are my 6. I'm so bad at counting. I have no idea like how many people I said. But I'm pretty sure it was bigger than 3, and that's all that matters to me.
Well, we have reached this point.
You have one more question, correct?
This is not a good question. Okay.
We're finishing on a banger, you know.
Okay. How much have you spent on games in the last year?
Oh gosh, on games. Um. Okay, that's an awful joke. So I will refrain from saying it.
All right.
I could edit it out. I could say
Yeah,
it.
you could just edit it out.
I was gonna say every bone in my body is telling me to stop talking. So maybe I should. Uh, let's see. I bought Celeste. I think, yeah, last year. I bought Ace Attorney Chronicles. When was PPT? 2. Was that 2 years ago?
It was really early last year, I think. I can check. Never mind. It was late 2020.
Yeah. So 2 years ago. So I bought Rhythm Doctor. I bought TEC. I bought Grim Dawn. And I bought the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So what's your number? I'll add up mine as well.
Well, I purchased TEC. Mario Party. Did buy that. I'm struggling to think of anything else, actually.
Do all the women that I play, do those count as games?
All the what that you play? I got
Okay.
it. All right. So that's why every bone in your body was telling you that. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand now. All right. Okay, but here's the question: like, how much monetary investment was made there?
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be 0.
Oh, that's right. I bought Uno recently. How much does Uno?
Oh.
How much does this game cost? Hold on.
It cannot be more than like $5.
It's $10 on Steam. Oh, why is it that
gosh.
expensive?
Did you pay full price for Uno?
Oh my god. My life choices are really bringing me to my knees right now. Okay. Mario Party is like $60.
Yeah.
Uno is 10. TEC is 40. So that's like 110. Is there anything else I missed here?
I'm so glad I bought TEC for full price now. TEC was like $10 off on Steam, right?
Yeah, except I got it on the Microsoft Store, so I could get it much earlier because it first released on that platform.
And was it full price there?
It was full price.
$40?
Yeah.
I think my number is wrong. I think I also have 110.
Oh boy.
Wait, I will find something to up my number by 1. No. Oh, Realm of the Mad God Exalts is free. Frick. I've never been so mad that I'm so frugal.
I'm gonna be on my way to open up my Steam and just see what's going on.
Yeah, that's it, I think.
The problem is PPT2 was gifted to me by Moose, so I can't even put that on the list.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad.
When did BTD6 come out and when did I buy it?
I think it was relatively recently. Probably within a year, right?
How do you see when you purchased a game? I'm beginning to like...
It's in account details.
Account details? Alright. No, that was February 10th, 2019. That was a long time ago, actually.
Okay, my number is very wrong, actually, now that I'm looking at this. Did I buy... Oh, but I bought... Does it count if I buy gifts for other people?
Oh, crap. I don't know.
Because I brought my brother Goose Game. Back when that was a thing. Wait, let me do this again. I have $116.
Oh my god.
Is that it? Do I take it?
Okay, does supporter count for anything?
No, come on.
Right? Okay.
You're gonna add Tetris supporter. No way. I'm not letting you do that.
All right. Yeah, I think that's all I have, I think.
Oh, thank you for having a such a great final question. Truly a banger.
All right.
Truly a banger.
Truly a good question.
Well, I think that's all I have planned.
All right.
Yeah, it's do you have anything you want to shout out before we end?
Anything I want to shout out? I suppose that there are a lot of Tetris events coming up in the near future or are ongoing. So I know there's like the Cleotet World Bankai Tetris League, which is what AdTag here and some of his friends are organizing, which is very cool. especially because there aren't too many PBT events at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Square One, which is being hosted by Moose and Enhance, which will be in the next couple of months on TEC. Yeah, so for people who are interested in that kind of thing, there are some events available.
Okay.
All right.
Well, glad to have you on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.